Welcome to GCSE Digital Technology. GCSE Digital Technology is a brand new qualification which is launched this year for First Teaching Next. Within this qualification, you'll be able to learn a little bit about image manipulation, website design, game development and programming, spreadsheet design, video production and animation. The qualification allows learners to develop their understanding of digital technology systems that are in use in our connected and globalised society, as well as allowing you to progress onto advanced levels of programs such as AS or A-level, and then further on to degree as well. Learners will explore the ever-evolving nature of digital technology systems and how these systems can be used productively, creatively, and most importantly, safely. The qualification is split into 3 distinct units. Unit 1 is an online exam, which is worth 40%. This will typically be conducted in year 11 in the summer term. The next is Unit 2, which is known as an NEA, or non-examined assessment. This is worth 40% of your overall grade. An NEA can be thought of a little bit like coursework, where you'll complete the NEA in school time. Unit 3 is once again another NEA, which again accounts for 20%. Overall, this qualification is worth 1 full GCSE. Unit 1 is an online exam, which means you'll be in a computer room to take the exam. The assessment will comprise of a range of different question types, which will assess the specification content related to digital technology systems. With Unit 2, this is split into 2 different sections. In Section A, candidates will be supplied with a data set and then import this into a spreadsheet and perform a number of functions on it. In Section B, they'll start developing a website and either an animation or game, depending on what the qualification scenario asks for. In Unit 3, this focuses on marketing and the creation of digital assets for social media accounts. Candidates will be able to create digital assets related to a set of contests, again depending on the scenario, and then you formulate an online digital marketing campaign. Every year the scenario will change and the scenario will be different for each unit. Unit 1 is the online exam. This will typically be studied at the end of year 11 in the summer term. This is a non-tiered exam, which means there are no higher or foundation tiers, which means everybody sits exactly the same exam. Therefore, there's a range of different questions aimed at the lower end to the higher end. The questions will have different words in them, such as describe or explain, whereas some will be as simple as using a checkbox to say if something is true or false. We will give you a lot of training and as many different examples as we can find so that you're well prepared for the examination. Unit 2 is an NEA, which is worth 40%. We'll typically start with this unit in year 10. The unit is split into 2 sections. In Section A, you'll be given a data sheet and then import this into a spreadsheet and then perform a number of functions with the data. You then analyse the data and create a series of graphs to inform Section B. Section B is all about development. You start by creating a developmental log, and then you will basically start by planning your website and your digital asset, which is either going to be a game or an animation, depending on what the project asks for. In the development stage, you start to develop and create the website, and then create either the game or the animation. Towards the end of the project, you need to test your designs and get feedback. You'll need to document all feedback and all tests, and then write a detailed report of how your product meets any aims and objectives identified, as well as thinking of future improvements which could be made to either design. In Unit 3, this again is your last NEA, which is worth 20% and is split into 4 sections. Section A is an online marketing and communication section where you'll investigate different forms of online marketing. You then analyse the impact of online marketing before moving on to section B, which is the planning of a digital asset. You'll then be given a scenario which will identify where digital assets would be useful before then planning a video advertisement that meets the needs of the chosen target audience from the scenario. In section C, you'll then start to develop and create your digital asset using appropriate software that meets the needs of the scenario given, before moving on to section D, which is there where you'll evaluate your digital asset and then suggest future improvements. So just to recap, Unit 1 is an online exam which is worth 40%. Unit 2 is going to be worth 40%, which is a non-examined assessment. Think of it a little bit like coursework. The same with Unit 3. The only difference is Unit 3 is worth 20%. So overall, 60% of this course will be done in school, whereas 40% will be assessed externally using an exam. If you've got any questions or would like to know more information, please ask your IT teacher in your IT lesson, or come and find either Miss Buckley or Mr. Lewis, and we'll gladly go through everything with you.